Here's another video about dealing with a failure or a setback that really knocks your confidence about, and I'm talking about different ways of dealing with that. And these aren't necessarily even the main ways I'd reach for, that some of them are. These are just a number of actually good, helpful ways, and there are plenty more we could use. So I'm sharing some perspectives and techniques, and as I've mentioned in other videos, the example I've used is when I had a panic attack giving a talk a couple of years back. The point I want to make in this video today is to recognize that when your confidence gets knocked, it tends to pull up a lot of psychological stuff about yourself. So especially in the example I've used of a panic attack, there's a lot of unconscious stuff going on, like triggers. I mentioned that for me this happened at the 1-year anniversary of a trauma, so it was very much a psychological thing and very much drawing on some unconscious triggers around that trauma that caused the panic attack and set in motion me having a few more panic attacks in the months that followed, which were kind of a reaction to the panic attack, the original panic attack, which was a reaction to the original trauma. So you see these patterns just start. Often these things are just patterns, so it's fundamental just to learn how to break patterns. Rather than trying to get an explanation of things or overanalyze things, this is a bit of a segue point to what I want to talk about today. Rather than trying to overanalyze things, or rather than insisting on an explanation for everything, patterns happen, shit happens. So what do you do about it? And today I want to talk about getting out of your head, getting out of explanation, getting out of overthinking, overanalyzing, inflating the thing with your mind, getting out of that by getting into the body. And that ties in with the point about this being unconscious stuff sometimes, these triggers, because what is the unconscious? Really, it's not something floating around out there. The unconscious, one definition of it is that it's your body. So we have a brain, we have this nervous system, and we have all this complexity. We don't even understand ourselves very well in terms of the way our bodies work as thinking bodies. A lot of it's going on up here, but it's going on in all sorts of ways throughout our body. And so the triggers and the traumas we go through life are remembered in the body. They're stored, as it were, in the body as patterns and potential patterns. And so if you want to deal with a trauma in your life, whether it's a re-triggering of something or whether it's something new that's now become a problem you're struggling with emotionally, you want to try and get out of your head and get into your body in a good way that brings the body from that repetition, that pattern of danger, into a calmer place, but also a place where it's nourished, especially nourished by the beauty of the world, nourished by connection with nature and its beauty and all that's good about it. So get out of your head, go for a walk. Start to practice just stopping the thinking. When you realize you're starting to go into the rumination, stop it and focus on the beauty around you. I mean, look at some of the stuff behind me. I've got a main road here, but the bush there is beautiful. The light is beautiful. My house is goddamn beautiful, if you ask me. Let that stuff sink in. Stop thinking for a moment. Just shut down the thinking again and open the filter to that beauty and let that beauty really come inside you. It's like taking food in. Stop. Breathe calmly for a moment, open yourself up, which is the opposite of a depression and anxiety, like open up. But when you open up open the window, let that stuff out there come in. Then go walk out in that and let that come in. Maybe there are urban environments that do that for you. Great. Use those. It can be any of these things where there's a kind of nourishment, a kind of beauty, a kind of openness, something that makes you feel better in your body. And so it has functions, as I say, like calming you from the danger, from that pattern of trauma or anxiety or depression, but also let stuff inside you and create something different and new that enters your body. And do that every day if you need to. If this is something that's an ongoing struggle, you probably need to create a pattern of doing that every day. You need to give some priority to that. It might be just a 20-minute walk a day. Okay, you're busy. Well, if you've got time to feel like shit all the time and to start making more failures, then fine, don't do this. But if this is important stuff for you to turn around, then really, I'm not going to say don't take antidepressants or something or whatever medication, but maybe here's a first step. Or maybe here's a step in conjunction with other things you do. Here's your pill. Take this pill. Go out and let your body be in a space where it's engaged, where it's calmed and engaged with beauty. Other things that I could suggest around this, if you're a cyclist, maybe that cycling also does a heck of a lot of good for you, or motorcycling does good for you, or going for a drive. If you work out, and that's probably going to have a lot of effect. So come into your body. If you meditate, definitely break the unconscious bodily pattern of anxiety and despondency and create something new there. And then your thinking is more free to change. It's the body that in many ways that determines thinking. The state of your body determines much of your thinking. So when your body is calm and open, then you're free to choose your thoughts. You're much more free to choose your thoughts and to direct your attention and to let your mind be shaped by other things. Think Marcus Aurelius, I think it was him, the great Stoic philosopher, said our minds are dyed with the colour of our thoughts. So you want to recolour your mind from these very negative thoughts of whatever dark colour they are into a different colour, and that's by repeatedly opening your mind to something else that lets a different colour in there. So get out of your mind and come into your body.